What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Technically Broken. First things first, I just want to say thank you all to our dedicated listeners. I don't know how many there are. I checked the stats because I'm insane, and there's 15 of you guys, and I love every one of you. So meet me out back later for a handy. Just kidding. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for following along. This is really great, and I think that it's fair to say that we're all fucking stoked on that. If there's anybody listening to us idiots talking about anything. So
yeah, dude.
I'm just gonna, I'm Botar. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna hand it over to my co-host.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Whole Baked Cookie. Hey, everybody. And just here, Technically Broken, episode 4. Thanks for tuning in and everything this guy just said. But onto the producer, our show's producer.
Oh, yeah. That's me, Caleb the Hunted. It's fucking... drop that right now. But it's kind of surreal that we're on, episode 4 now?
Yeah, man. Dude,
it's kind of
really
surreal.
I got excited, yeah.
4 episodes of this.
Yeah.
And there's actually people giving any interest
watching
in
TikToks
this.
and watching
any interest in any of this.
I don't know, yeah.
It's really cool to...
Yeah, really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. I didn't think we'd be kind of doing this stuff, talking to people we like, and because we're gonna have a bunch of other interviews coming up, guys. You're gonna be seeing some different experiences and sides of a lot of people. So
also rate us 5 stars on everything you listen to us to because it definitely helps us people see our stuff,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, and it seriously means a lot to everybody. Check out any of the socials and stuff we got listed. But quick recap of episode 3. We had Chewy on. It was cool, man. He was talking about some crazy shit we didn't care about. But no, he was really cool. It was a good time. It was a good episode, and
it was a very long episode. It went on.
Yeah.
I've never actually had a conversation with somebody that does farming firsthand.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting perspective, especially when talking about stories with you, Caleb.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and it helped that we both worked the same job and went through a lot of the same experiences, so it was a lot easier to, recap those stories and go through them over and over again.
Yeah.
Growing up rural America, man,
it's crazy.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like you fend for yourself
sucks.
or learn. Yeah, shit sucks.
Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. No, yeah, and he brought really good insights. And if you guys haven't checked it out, we'll probably have it linked down below or have some TikToks out already on it. Anyways, check that stuff out, and let's just, I guess, dive into this episode, right? I mean,
yeah.
What do we hate today? What fucking sucks today? I don't know.
What does suck today?
I think, so for me, so as everyone knows, I have this 08 Crown Vic police car thing that I've been we've been working on, and a couple weeks after I bought it, a couple weeks after I got it, the dash has been acting all funky, and it will go out periodically and come back on and go out, and whatever. It's got an electrical gremlin in there that I have to figure out.
This is a fuel gauge thing, right? You got a fuel gauge thing, something going on?
The fuel gauge now decides to go up when it's low and down when it's not, and it doesn't make any sense. You got to pull shit apart and see what's going on in there. I have no idea anything about electric, so here comes a lot of YouTube and Mario time.
Do you think it's actual dash work, or do you think it's the float in the tank?
I don't know, because the whole dash goes out. The whole dash will go out intermittently and then it'll come back on.
That's kind of strange.
And the gauges go down and up and down and up. And he was in the car with me one time, and the RPM gauge went from 0 to 5, and you're like, oh my god!
Oh, we got a red line, and this thing's gonna blow up.
As the car's off,
maybe 10,000 RPM.
Yeah, definitely gonna look for the common problem on that. You never know if a gas gauge is going bad for you, but most likely it's something to do with the dash or wiring, right? It's a cop car. It's an old detective car.
The wiring in there is absolutely trash.
Well, you cleaned up some of it after you got the car.
Yeah.
But right now you got that weird fucked up issue with the, and then. Guys, that's where you're going to pull your hair out, right? When we're trying to get into something we've also probably never done, or that's deep into the electrical world.
I did find the horn wire.
Oh, did you find the horn wire?
The horn wire?
Okay, so we're starting to getting into the dash stuff, but it could be crazy, man, when you don't know what's going on and you have a piece of wire. I don't know if this is it. Is this shock yourself trying to mess with it? So.
Wiring,
you're not good with it? You're all right with this? I mean, you can do.
This is different. Yeah, this is interesting, but oh god, like at work, like at least with this job, you know, because this job I am again working with Chewy, and this time we're working with semis, you know. At least with this job, our job allows us to have a light box so we can actually check and see what's wrong.
Proper diagnosis.
Whereas with the farmer, we weren't allowed to do that. Oh, that's too expensive. It's like, yeah, but you know how nice it'd be to just hit a button and it just shows you what's wrong?
Yeah.
Fix this.
I guess to not fast forward straight to it, you got another job, it's like very related to this because it's
full on.
It's a mechanic's job.
Yep,
You're
technician.
Technically broken.
I'm an apprentice right now, but I'm an apprentice right now, but
getting into the mechanic world. Like, how coincidental that we're starting to talk about repairs and stuff, and now you're like, I'm gonna go fix trucks or whatever, and I'm like, you're gonna hate your fucking life, dude. You're already like one couple weeks, 1 month, whatever in, and you're like, fuck this, fuck everybody.
Dude, I hated my life today. That was a rough one
Yeah.
today.
So fast forward, man, you got a truck. You're a truck repairman now. You're getting into that world, getting tools. Where do you even want to start, man? Because obviously we've been the amateurs, or we went from amateur, now another.
I'm trying to move into
semi-amateur to going into a professional side.
I mean,
some free work.
Here we go.
Everybody,
we are not for sale. We are not.
I don't even. So it's the funny part. I don't even. I mean, I do. If I do it myself, it's free work. But anything I use at work, I have to pay for.
Though?
Yeah.
You lose that time.
I mean, that's after work, yeah. So it's pretty interesting. I mean, getting into doing, you know, being a actual technician.
Walking through the door.
Yeah.
Maybe not having a box, right? Like,
no, I didn't.
You have we had the sample, like, the truck tools. You get a little tote, got sockets and a wrench in it, a screwdriver, but like, this feels like.
Yep, I had to go out and, I mean, I didn't have to buy a box, but if I want to actually do my job correctly, I should have my own tools, and you know, hats off to the guys who have a $20,000, $10,000 huge box with $30,000 worth of tools.
I got a huge box.
I was gonna say, he just brought a tear to those guys. He goes, God, go or whatever to you guys, and they're like, thank you, somebody can.
I feel for you.
$1 million paint job that holds $1 million worth of tools, dude.
Yep. It sucks because, you know, Chad or Chewy, if whatever you guys want to call him by, was like, I'm gonna try and keep you off the Matco truck as long as possible, and I'm like, thank God. Luckily, he's been on vacation for the past few weeks, so
the Matco man ain't been around.
He ain't been around. But I was just like, you know, just walking in entry level, I'm not gonna go out and spend $5,000 on a new toolbox.
I would.
I mean,
you're like, swipe away. Give me the cool shit.
Give it to me right now. I mean, I like my box. It's nice.
One.
Yeah. And
what color would you get?
I just walked into Menards and was like, this one's kind of cool, and just bought it. And
yeah, you said it was a Master Force?
Yeah.
It's probably pretty good.
Low-key, those are pretty good.
It's a cool box, and it's got a hutch. It's two-tier. It's got a hutch.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't know, but it sounds good. It looks good.
It's like those, what's that one, the Lowe's brand, Cobalt or whatever.
Cobalt. Yeah, people got some
too.
Cobalt boxes. Yeah, I know. One of the crew guys has a Cobalt box. Travels with them everywhere.
Yeah, they're not bad.
The bottom of
he has a wood top though. I'm not a big fan of wood top. You have the hutch. What did you say? I cut you off on the hutch, fine. And what else?
I've got the bottom cabinet, which I believe has 11 drawers on it, and then the hutch has 9. And then the bottom cabinet has a wood.
Like a slide out?
Yeah, it has a slide out, and then it's got the...
Not a big fan of the wood stuff. I like phenolic or whatever they're called, like the tough durable, or stainless. I like stainless steel worktops.
Well, wood chips, doesn't
luckily, they gave me an extra mat. That I
like a rubber mat.
Yeah, that I can just set up on there. But it's like, you know, walking out the door, it was about $1,100 for a toolbox.
Terrible, yeah. Considering anything on the truck, you know, any beginner guys out there, you'll know, getting on the truck first time, you're like, oh my God, this looks great and cool and awesome. And then you're like, look at the price tag.
Oh, yeah.
It's $10,000, whatever. You
Yeah.
throw any number out there, you're gonna find that toolbox with that price tag.
And
it's crazy.
I was looking because the Matco man had dropped a bunch of flyers on a bunch of people's toolboxes when he was actually showed up.
Introducing myself. How's
Yeah.
everybody doing?
Well, this is before I ever had a box, and I was looking through it. I'm like, let's just look. Maybe he'll have something that I like.
Like a legal crack dealer, dude.
And
Just
pretty much, he had it's kind of like a half tool cabinet, half roller cart.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it has a big space at the bottom.
Yeah.
It wasn't full
It
of
has
drawers.
like 3 or
all
4 drawers.
Yeah,
and
right. Not all drawered
And
up.
it was, you guys can see me on the camera, so just above the table was probably like this tall.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
$1,100 to $1,500, depending on which
Yeah,
one.
it's
you
not a
want.
lot of space. It's a
That
lot
is
of money.
a very limited amount of
Yeah.
space. I'm like, no, fuck that. That's ugh.
Yeah, did it even have like the big long pry bar slots? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it had holes in the side.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like when they have that, at least. But yeah, you can go to Hobo Front and like, dude, the U.S. General, the U.S. General, in whatever color of the rainbow, plus black and white, and like with multiple attachments, anything doesn't matter. Like $500,
Yeah, something like that.
like or Master Force, right? Like,
Yeah, it was.
you can build
was
your
not
own.
bad.
you're crazy. You could though.
just kidding.
Well, like that's how old
Kinda
guys
not
did
kidding,
it.
but-
Yeah, like
Mine-
that's how old guys did it.
And mine's kind of like. There's a lot of unique colored boxes at work. Like Chewy's is like
Lime green.
it's like
that's a cool box.
what is it?
It's
Monster
almost
green.
like it's almost like this for you guys on the
Yeah,
camera.
it's
like
monster green.
Yeah.
We have a couple of guys that have we have red, like a red and black, and then a sun. Or what? It's like a cherry red, like a deep dark cherry red with black. Then you have black, blue, and then mine's gunmetal gray with like green-ish
Dude, I
handles.
love that gray. Oh, the gray.
Dude,
is so
it's
hot.
interesting to look at.
I like gray everything because my
Gray.
life is gray.
Yeah.
I like it when it rains. Garbage just starts playing. Well, it is pretty.
Boing, off tune. But I was like, sweet. Just went and looked.
I don't think I gave a shit too much about the color. I'm trying to think. Like my original box was that bright orange. It's cool, but I think if the price is right, it was always
yeah,
like
Wasn't that
Absolutely.
box like 4 times the price one of the one he just got?
I don't know. It was expensive. Yeah. who
And then
knows?
after that, next couple days waited until I got a paycheck, and then went to Hobo Freight, and then spent like $800 on tools, just
Yeah.
a beginner set of tools, ratchets, wrenches, hammers, pry bars, screwdrivers, everything I was gonna need for.
Just to begin, yeah.
there you
You
go.
got probably a wrench set from like 8 mil to your 21 or whatever,
Yeah, so,
and
yeah.
then like
I'm proud of
sockets.
you, Caleb.
Yeah, dude, like
proud of
it
you.
really is
Look,
because it's a fucking
That's a huge
lot
thing
to
to get
do.
into.
Like, yeah, to get into this world and you want to actually fix shit, and then you're like, I'm committed. I'm gonna buy some shit, and teachers have to buy their own supplies, but so do mechanics. And it's funny, we're gonna talk about special tools later for foreshadowing.
Special.
Yes,
And it's crazy to think about,
but like you got to spend a lot of money to even.
oh my god! Like even just at Harbor Freight, you have Pittsburgh, which is Harbor Freight's off-brand. They're
Well, it's like their
Correct.
basic brand.
Yeah, I
the
think it's
basic
like
brand.
it's like
They have
home
tiers, right?
Yeah,
like Pittsburgh, Icon,
And well,
Hero.
these said like remember Central Pneumatic or Chicago? Like the impacts wouldn't even turn
Yeah.
your hand if you held on to the damn thing.
I know.
It was such a hunk of shit. But
Chicago
like
Electric.
Chicago or whatever. But like the range from the Hobo Fraud is pretty wide. So you were probably looking at tools like $800 or
Yeah, and that's
Like, you
and
know,
that's-
like-
and you got guys in the shop that are just like, I'm only gonna get stuff off the Matco
dude,
truck, and I'm
that's
just like, that is
craziness. I
ridiculous.
I wish I had the money for that.
yeah, like I think we've talked about it. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be nice to have nothing
Chinesium.
but
I'm okay as long
Going
as
that route.
I'm okay. I don't care what the brand is and what the price
get
of
the
that wrench
tool
is.
to get it done, man.
As long as it gets it done, I'm fine.
That was
Because
like our whole thing last episode.
Couple
yeah,
episodes back, yeah.
and I'd rather not. I would rather, in my instance, go to Harbor Freight and a set of sockets and a ratchet might set you back like less than $100, like $50.
Yeah.
50, $60. And you go on the Matco truck and you buy one
one
ratchet
tool.
for like $150. I'm
Dude,
just like,
my
that's
stepdad
ridiculous.
was like in love with Snap-on
Yeah.
back when he was married to my mom. Anyways, he was in love with Snap-on.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, irrelevant. So yeah, he was in love with Snap-on. So like the Snap-on truck would sometimes come to our house, and he would hop up on that truck and he'd come off with like 2 tools and be like $600.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
It's insane.
Well,
and he would use them though, so like I get it.
Yeah,
But,
like I mean, there comes a time and moment when you got to get the good stuff. Like that's why that's why I have some stuff that is, it's got to have that name on it for me because
Right.
I've used it a million times or whatever. But then, like I said, I've made tools and I've got to chop up some China harbor freight, whatever, and whatever. I don't care about taking it to the grinder, and then here I go to fix whatever
I'm okay with if there'll come a point to where I'm gonna have to need a specialty tool. Like I need that specific tool to do this specific job. I'm probably gonna have to jump on the Matco truck for that because he's probably gonna be the only one that carries it because you're not gonna be you
Oh no, he'll have to order it for you.
Oh yeah. He probably wouldn't have.
God no, why would he have it for you today?
Or you can go get the knockoff at Advance.
Yeah.
Or Amazon. Amazon surprisingly has really good tools.
Yeah, I was like,
It's hit or miss though. Amazon's hit or miss.
I like Amazon for a lot of stuff, but sometimes I still want that brand name. It's going to be cheaper. You're also going to have to wait 2 or 3 days. So, also, how's the warranty work through Amazon?
It's good
Right,
question. I
like,
don't
so
know.
how-
Amazon has the A to Z warranty no matter what you buy. So like if you're not happy with it, you can return it.
Okay. We buy a crapo Amazon like torque wrench right here.
Yeah.
What if we broke it next week? You think?
Return it. A to Z, I'm not happy.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I don't-
Amazon's warranty is like, here's the thing. We're going to get back into this Amazon conversation. Amazon doesn't check shit. Bezos, if you're listening, I got you. They don't
We're
check.
good. Well,
they
we
don't
appreciate-
check.
Bezos don't matter anymore. Bezos isn't in charge of Amazon anymore.
Oh, well, they don't check anything. If it's outside of their thing, if it's within like the warranty period or whatever,
Really?
it's covered. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, and with clothes, especially a couple years ago during the whole pandemic shit, if like you had bought clothes off Amazon and you didn't want them anymore or like they didn't fit or whatever, you would return them, quote unquote, return them, air quotes if you can see them, and you wouldn't have to send them back because of fucking disease. You just get your money back.
That is wild. See,
And,
okay,
like,
I didn't know. I didn't know it was
The
like
other day,
that.
we ordered window brackets, and they didn't work for the windows. They didn't hold the curtain rod or whatever, and returned them on Amazon. Just got the money back. Didn't have to return anything.
But tools are funny. I think it's the whole principle for a tool to me. It's like, I don't know. You like,
just say it didn't do what it was supposed to do.
or it broke.
It broke. It didn't.
I don't know.
live
I
up
guess
to the
I
standard.
don't. It just goes to show listeners and viewers. I don't use Amazon that much, but I know it's good for some stuff, and the prices
And
they can't
everything-
be like.
Their customer service centers are all overseas, so like half the time they don't care.
They
like,
just
you return
whatever.
this stuff, dude. They have treasure hunt stores all over the country of like Amazon returns because they don't do anything with them. They don't take them back.
That is true. I've seen those clickbaity videos, like bought a pallet of Amazon.
Yeah, they don't do anything with them. They just sell them.
Amazon returns. That's wild.
That's how they make the money.
I don't know. It's hit or miss. So obviously, I would be hesitant. Just like I gotta wait for a tool. It's gotta take a while. Who knows what that warranty might? It might have
Yeah.
specific, writing
might be
underneath.
some fine print.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, I don't know. But have you bought anything from Amazon for your work? For like, aside from like, obviously some of our recording equipment and stuff comes from there, and it's, we're doing okay, and like that's fine. But
Not really.
no tools, right?
Nothing. I bought a light for my box. That was about it.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
bright as shit.
then it works. Fuck it. Can't beat that.
Is it a big box?
Oh. Do what?
Which one? What?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I caught you guys off guard.
Is my box big?
Yeah.
We got it a moment.
27 inches deep. So wide.
50 something, like two bay.
And
it's a two bay.
41 inches wide.
Oh, okay. It's not. Yeah, it's like probably.
Yeah. It's not the.
Yeah.
It's about half of what Chewy's box is, I think.
Yeah, but it's got a hutch and it's got power bank, right?
A lot. Oh my god. The hutch has 12 power outlets in it. And then the chest.
Jesus.
Not an ad, people. Not an ad.
no.
We're just like, it's a nice box.
And then the bottom cabinet has a power drawer with 4 and then 4 on the outside.
For your bullshit. Yeah, that's what you guys like. If you guys are getting serious into it, whatever, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I would. That's
that's what you did. Yeah, right. I mean, some people don't get a hutch. I'm not a hutch guy. Honestly, I fucking hate them. So, not a hutch guy, not getting one. I like my toolbox open up top or whatever. I don't mind the little corner slots that have like your power bank up there, but if not, I don't care. And And then just make sure you guys, I guess, like, if you're going to start out, check within your budget. And it's also, don't, like, if you don't know how to swim, don't completely dive into the deep end. Like, you're going to quickly get overwhelmed, and you're probably, I don't know.
And that Matco,
it's quick to hate this
that
industry.
Matco Snap-on Mac guy, they will swindle you to the end of
just get on it.
days.
It's like $20-$30 a week, guys. $20-$30. Come on. You're telling me you can't do $20-$30 a week? Come on.
Paid salesman, man.
He's
Right.
like, I'm going to bring Chewy back up into this. It's like, Chewy gets on the truck and he's just like, hey man, look at this box. I really don't want it. You know, he's like, oh, this is a special color and they returned it. It's on sale.
It's on sale.
He's like, oh, I don't have that kind of money. Oh, it's okay. We'll put you on credit. It's fine. We got you.
We got you. Just
And
get
then
it off
boom,
the truck
10
credit.
grand later, there's a fucking box and you.
My life is on credit. I don't need it.
All right. Get it on
And the
truck
Matco
credit.
man owns your soul for a little while.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I bought that Mac. Mine was a big.
Snap-on,
no, it was a
wasn't
Matco.
Oh, was it a Matco?
I had a huge triple bay, 5S. Anyways, it's gone. Story for another time. But it was a great box while it lasted. I will note it rusted pretty fucking quick. I was like, my toolbox sat down in conditions like this. So if you guys have a different shop with cement floors and maybe like not worried so much about rolling it around and possibly getting it wet, yeah, like for some reason my Matco one rusted up pretty quick. So whatever.
So it's definitely, I'm definitely on
Yeah.
the very, like, I'm
know.
at the amateur stage because, again, I am an apprentice, but I'm trying to get up towards the more professional
So,
area
like,
of it.
as an apprentice, what kind of stuff do they have you doing now? When
you're
you
gonna
started,
learn-
like, what do you run through?
You're going to learn a lot of stuff. So far, it's a lot of tires. A lot of tires.
Yeah, in the truck world, that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
important
lot.
too.
That's pretty basic.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. So,
I think we did
so
a slack adjuster for brakes. We're gonna learn. They're gonna have me learning different stuff about brakes, changing brakes, brake chambers. They're gonna have me doing airbags.
brakes, tires, yeah, you're gonna start off with kind of. You know, I hate to call it simple because it's really not. Some of the shit gets crazy, but like,
but it's like basic truck stuff.
yeah. So you
oil
Again, air
changes.
quotes.
again, air quotes, everybody.
Yeah.
Basic. You're gonna be
Basic.
beating your fucking brain trying to figure some stuff out. You know, it was funny. I will address, like, in one of our last TikToks or whatever, there was a comment like, changing oil is scary. What? And like they didn't understand. Like, yeah, man, it really can, right? If you've never done it,
Right.
Like how. I've never had open heart surgery. Scary, yeah, man, it can be.
The first time you do anything, it's
and
kinda
that's
scary.
how open heart surgery, even though it's a car, it's not a human. It's like people look at it in the same regard. Like it's so foreign or alien to you.
So to go back to that,
Same.
like the oil changes being
Yeah,
scary.
scary.
I saw a video on one of those streaming platforms the other day of this chick pouring antifreeze in
no.
her oil, like in her,
no,
in her
no.
engine.
Like just.
I don't need no man. I can do it myself.
You're about to need a man, a
And
couple of them to help
she
pull
brought
that
the car
motor.
in because it wasn't working anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like
Yeah.
so with semi cars, it's you basic. Pull your drain plug, pull your filter off, boom, put a new one.
Yeah.
Or
put the-
filters, or maybe it's a cartridge, or.
Yeah. Now semis, you could have up to what 3 or 4 per fucking. Jesus.
Yeah, the big difference also, we're talking oil changes from your car, your passenger vehicles, to your heavy, medium duty, and then to your full construction and like heavy duty equipment. And our cars have one filter, whatever, one, and then like couple quarts. No, big trucks, they have 4 filters, and they might be in line, or you have 2 over here and 2 there, and like, so you got to unscrew all that, make sure. Also, this is a huge debate. I fill my filters on trucks usually about halfway or a little more full of oil. Some guys like, never fill them full of oil. We'll worth it or junk it another day.
Yeah.
But like, your truck will, and then like, let's look at locomotives or whatever. Like that's like a whole under tray, the whole front of the motor's oil. Like, you know, and like, because that engine's a V29 or whatever.
Yeah, the whole
like,
compartment is
Yeah,
an
so
engine.
how many filters, like, you know what? It's not scary to change your oil the 100,000th time, but that first time, God, like you're like,
and on a semi too, you got to be careful because You go to fucking pull the oil plug, and holy shit, that was your transmission fluid. Oh shit!
Yeah, how many times
right
have
on
you
the
done-
opposite side of the pan, and
done
you
it.
just fucked yourself now.
Yep.
And now you gotta fucking do a transmission fluid now.
Yeah, and it's on you.
Yep.
It's you know
Yep.
that's nobody else's.
And
fault
now
but
you've
you.
got, and then I know Chewy has had a wacky story about it. It's like there's what 40 quarts.
Yeah, we go by gallons.
Yeah, so about 10 gallons.
Like I was like
10
8
gallons
to
of oil.
14. Yeah, just 8 to 14.
Now,
or
we're
something.
lucky enough to
gallons,
have
and it's like the hose.
Yeah, you have, luckily enough we have the pressurized system to where it'll just go. But you know,
Oh yeah, I used to have like a gun like a nozzle. We
Mm-hmm.
had like and it has a little.
you could set yours. See, and Chewy has a thing. Had a story about it. He was telling me. He's like, it has a digital display and it'll stop it once you hit
Yeah,
10
yeah,
gallons.
right.
Now that faulted.
And it just
somebody
keeps- it
filled,
just-
they filled the whole motor and then it started spraying out of the fucking oil cap because it was so goddamn full.
Fucking 40, 50 gallons of oil.
Did you try to start it?
No, God, no. Fuck. So, I don't even know if it could. It would just,
Oh, it'd start. It might run away. Start picking
but that's
up
now
oil.
you got to drop 50, and your pan isn't gonna like that. Drain pan isn't gonna hold 50
No,
gallons. of oil.
and it's gonna come out at a speed and a flow that you thought was
were never
impossible.
prepared for.
Yeah, right.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that'd be so. That's you
Yeah.
know, if you don't know, then
It's just funny that just to recap from like it could be scary, but we're gonna do it. It's a job, right? We gotta change our oil or what we're gonna do our brakes or fix a dash.
Gonna have
on
to
the
learn.
wire.
To do
Yeah.
the brakes twice on that fucking
We have to
thing.
do some house siding or some bullshit.
yeah.
But so okay, you got into the shop. You got some tools. First day,
First day,
books, training, homework.
oh my God, first 2
He
days.
goes, I'm gonna go fix something. Yay!
What's your name?
Yep.
First 2 days, I sat in a break room up above the parts room.
Falling asleep. Up.
But it was like 80, 90 degrees outside, and that upstairs was like 100 degrees. So you're sweating your ass off in a chair watching videos, and you're just, oh God, this is. Well, actually, I'm sorry, I wasn't up there at first. They gave me a laptop and had me sit in a chair in the parts room, and then they kept moving me to spots, and I'm just, can I just stay in one spot? And then like
That's funny.
the general
get
manager,
out of here, kid.
yeah, the general manager of like the location, not the actual workshop or the gas station, of the whole location was like, why is he just sitting in a chair right there? There's an air conditioned room right there with a
Yeah,
computer.
no
and just
kidding.
use that one. And they kicked the inventory lady out of that room and put me in. And I was just like, thank
Sorry,
God.
lady.
But I was like, I finished the second day and I still had 13 training videos to do. I'm
And
just
they were a
like,
couple
this-
hours or whatever.
And I'm just
right?
like, no. I just went over to Chewy's house and we just finished them afterwards.
It's
You
probably-
still get paid for them.
Put them at home. That's cool.
You still
yeah,
get
that's
paid for
kind of
'em.
cool. Yeah, I remember going to training for dealers and stuff.
Luckily, third day, we finally got out on the floor and it was just, what do I do here? Like,
Yeah, right.
What am I supposed to do?
What
Who do I
with
help?
my hands?
Right, just kind of standing around.
They had, we did a couple tires. We greased a spotter for Amazon. That was interesting.
Yard dog.
Yeah, I think we bent a mud flap back and then replaced a mud flap. Bent a bracket for mud flap and then replaced a mud flap. And so that was interesting.
So okay, yeah. To preface, or I guess just let the viewers and listeners in. It's you guys work at a truck shop
Yes.
right off a highway.
Yes.
And so a lot of highway diesel heavy duty trucks.
Oh, absolutely.
Like yeah, and it could be anything from a car hauler to Amazon container mover, JB Hunt to CR England, doesn't matter. And I'm pretty sure people might just come and be like, my car died or some shit in the parking lot.
I mean,
it could be anything.
There's not
to be,
a lot of automotive,
no,
but there is.
I could imagine some people walk in there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Being next to the highway, so you guys see a lot of traffic. A lot of people probably wanting stuff done kind of quick or extreme emergencies almost too. Also, you guys have a road crew, right? You guys have like a road crew that
Kind of.
Or like-
it's the same techs that are in the shop. So any tech can take a road call. We have service trucks
Yeah,
that we can
okay.
go out. So any tech, and I've been on 2 so far.
like a road call.
Yes. And the road calls can be to anywhere. I think we've had guys go up towards Chicago area.
Yeah, we're talking about Midwest, so
Yeah.
as far as Iowa, whatever, Chicago,
Yeah, I mean,
Champaign, who knows?
yeah.
but like
wherever they
Yeah.
called, and hey, that's where we're going. So,
exactly.
I mean,
Is it? It's usually hopefully tires.
The first one I did was tires, yes. We were on the side of I-80, right outside of Minooka.
Yeah.
Right there, like just past the off-ramp to get into Minooka.
Okay.
Going...
At least you guys were off the highway. Like
Kind of.
We
We were still right next to the right lane.
Scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little terrifying, you know. You step 1 inch too far to the left, and it's no longer your issue anymore.
And people don't pay attention.
No, absolutely not, you know.
No.
And it didn't help. While we were changing a tire, there was a road crew going past picking up garbage on the other side of the road. So they took up the left lane as we took up the shoulder on the right.
Oh, wow.
So
People
they just
were
kind
like,
of, they couldn't, people don't know how to zipper. That's
Oh, God, no.
But
you guys just made some traffic.
that one was interesting. Like I said, that was my first one, and it was a tire blowout with another one kind of screwed up. It's like, okay, or no, it was both tires blew. Both tires blew out.
Like a drive tire?
On the trailer.
On the trailer?
Yes, it was a trailer. It was the front set of duals on the right side, and those both blew out.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, one blows out, probably take out the other. Kind of.
Yeah, it depends.
Depends.
And who knows how long that first one was blown out?
Who
before the
knows?
second
Oh, yeah,
one.
right. Or did the guy finally did his fucking pre-trip.
Yep.
Don't be a lazy truck driver. Don't
Yeah, don't.
fucking kill people. Seriously.
Oh yeah, and 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be a recapped tire that explodes.
Yeah, hey, that's true. Some people do their job and shit happens. But recap. Then that's what you see. You ever see long strips of like? That's what a recap. Do you know what a recap?
So
is?
they'll
What's a
shave the other. So they'll shave, or they'll take most of the tread off the original tire, and then put a whole new set of tread on that tire.
Yeah, they'll glue it on. So the semi tires are like they're valuable and you can reuse them.
Really?
So even like it's like your car tire.
Is that why I see chunks of them on the road all the time?
Yeah. So then
Absolutely.
they just take that inner layer and they're like it's like putting a toupee back on.
Okay.
But yeah, so those
That
trunks
glue will-
can like they can just shred off those tires because they suck sometimes. Some recaps are junk. And then so if you
Never knew
see
that.
if you see those out there on the road like it's a big semi tire, it's like a chunk of it that looks like a snake, call them road gators. And now like in gator country they're road gators. Seriously, they'll come up and bite you, they'll blow shit up on your car, they'll mess you up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you'll see recaps sitting on the side of the road or whatever, and that's what that is. It's
That makes
like
more sense.
a tire that
Do they
was
do that on
glued.
buses too?
No, I think that's a
No.
safety thing, like especially school, but not happening.
I think buses have their own. Yeah, they have their own set of rules.
Yeah, definitely, probably
So
not. But like also from the truck world to the car world is just you got front tire bad or rear tire bad, like because the truck world you have so many tires. It's like you have steer tires, so we call them steer tires. But then drive tires, those are usually the 8 in the back. Those are drive tires. And then you have trailer front or rear tires. But I can't imagine the Michigan guys or whoever have to deal with the road caterpillars. They're like on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th axle inside small one. like those guys that have a million, they're called road caterpillars, a million axles on your trailer. It's for bridge rules and rules of the road, weight, travel. It obviously spreads the load across, not just in one area. So doing tires, dude, I couldn't imagine doing
and it
like
depends too. Like, so
probably see
a
one.
drive axle can only have, or no, I'm sorry, a steer axle can only have a specific steer tire.
yes, correct.
A drive axle can use both.
Yeah.
It does. You can put pretty much whatever, as long as the tire is the same size. You can use either or for drives.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I've seen mismatched.
Oh God.
Hullbug of
Dude.
just craziness
Yeah.
on one. Like it'll be like tready, not tready. Like tready drive, not tready steer. Tready drive, bald steer. Bald drive, shreddy steer. I'm just like, what is this garbage you have? Because it's cheaper to do a used tire, and I get that.
I get it.
You just want the truck. Just hey, give me whatever you got, and I gotta go. Guys are trying to make money,
Rolling down the road, man.
but
Some dangerous shit out there.
oh yeah.
I've bought
So
used tires before.
We bought used tires, but
yeah.
car world's just different.
you're putting a lot more.
I guess
weight
you're not,
on
you're
it.
not
than-
driving like a train on the road.
Yeah. Like as an owner operator for a truck, I don't know, man. I guess it gets
I'd
crazy with
rather-
laws and stuff.
So, and I'll talk about that here in a second too. 'Cause I got a story for that today. But so obviously, changing these 2 tires out on the side of the highway. I'm under the trailer. I'm jacking it up, and Chewy was with me because he's my trainer.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Because he doesn't. They're not giving him the title. They're
I have
just.
to go, guys.
They're not.
gotta
They
go
haven't given him the title yet, but they've given him the they haven't given him the title or pay, but they've given him position.
He's got experience. I
Yeah,
would
so
trust him.
they're okay with
I don't
letting
know.
him
That's crazy
train
for me to
people.
say, but I would trust him to do.
So they're letting him train people, and they had me go out because he's done it before. So now I'm getting under this trailer, and you just got semis and cars flying past you. You're a foot away from the interstate.
Yeah.
And I'm just under there, and I'm looking, and I'm starting to jack this trailer up, and I'm like, huh. And before we left the shop, Chad was like, you think we should grab a third tire? I was like, yeah, fuck it. Let's grab a third one. And I knocked the third one down, put it in the back of the truck, and our general manager was like, oh, you guys going out to change 2 tires? And Chad's like, I'm going to try and sell them 3. I'm under this trailer. I'm looking, and the very back axle on the right side behind those 2 that were blown, the outside tire was cut to shreds on the inside. Yeah. Needed a third tire.
There you go.
And it's like, holy shit,
gotta get that
worked.
upsell.
So,
Man.
That is more. Man,
So
that is
we-
more work, though, man. That's more
It-
work
yeah.
selling shit.
and
I mean, sometimes. right?
unfortunately,
That's
we
what you
didn't
do.
have a new valve to put in it. And
That wasn't probably a hard sell, seeing as the tire was fucked.
oh yeah, no,
But
we
it just
just
seems
immediately
like-
contact the company, and company's like, oh, absolutely, put
What a goofy world.
yeah. But we were able to get those done, and then the tread exploded, the tire exploding, falling out the back, knocked the mud flap on the trailer out of.
Put a mud flap on her.
Well, the mud flap was still there.
That'd be $300,
It just
please.
Probably. Yeah.
it was
Mud flaps
just
are not cheap.
super bent. So we had to get a big old crescenter pipe wrench
Yeah,
and
and just
bend
bend
that
it
back.
back.
And
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's important. That's DOT regulated.
Mm-hmm.
So put some hazard warning tape on it, some silver red or whatever you got, and get out of here. See ya.
gotta have something reflective.
Yeah.
So, and then
So road
back-
calls in the shop. Yeah.
it's crazy.
So your first week you were doing road calls?
Second week.
Second week.
Second week.
Trial by
Today,
fire. Man,
so
shit,
going
hate road
going
calls.
back to how you were talking about, you'd rather have nicer, newer tires on your truck instead of just these crappy,
Recaps or whatever.
Yeah. So we had a guy come in. He wanted his whole back axle on his truck redone. He had one blowout, and then he's like, "Yeah, screw it." Just his company's like, "Replace all the back axle." Okay. And he wanted Michelin's. Was it 295, 75? Was it 22 and a half?
God, yeah, 22 and a half something. I don't give a
It's
shit.
probably it's going to
It's a-
generally
it's
be
a
22 and a half
yeah.
without a specific case.
Guys, we're just kind of picking our brains for the numbers. That's a tire size number and like rims and stuff. Like they all have
So
a specific size.
It was brand new Michelin tires, and we pulled all those off, remounted all 4 new ones on there, put it back up, torqued his tires, torqued his lug nuts down, and he pulled out the shop, and I remember him pulling out the shop because our guy dropped his ratchet. Dropped off a tire because he left it sitting on top of the tire.
Okay, yeah.
And his Allen socket fucking disappeared, and we're like, where the fuck did that go? He pulled out of the shop, and it fell out of one of the other rims.
Oh,
And
no.
ding, ding, ding. I was like,
Oh, they're so lucky,
but
dude.
he stopped, and it fell out, and I was just, oh, thank God. And he
Yeah.
got out and looked at his tires. He's like, God damn, those things look so good. Oh, God. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm always going to get Michelin's. He's like, I love to ride on them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a big fan of Michelin tires. And for a semi, I could only imagine. I don't really
Oh, yeah.
remember what
Oh, yeah.
Do you think anybody's ever left something inside a tire when they mounted it to a rim?
Oh, for sure.
Well, so it
Yeah,
depends.
dude.
So it
Fuck
depends.
yeah, people have. I've seen it. I've seen a lead weight. The lead weights go around the rims and stuff
Yeah.
that balancing. Poked out.
Oh, no.
And I don't even know how it survived because they would just fling out.
Yeah.
Like it was poked out and shaved from the road.
So, a lot. So I don't know if it's new. I obviously because I'm kind of new to this. A lot of times when I've taken a tire off, they'll use balancing beads.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bag.
Oh god, that shit makes a mess.
Why?
So it's-
Or do you guys have to weigh them? You don't just throw whatever size in there?
No, so we have specific weights for. We usually only balance the steers 9 times out of 10.
Okay. Well, I mean,
don't
most
balance
guys,
the
yeah,
drives.
in the truck world, you don't balance tires too often.
Just the steers. So we generally use actual weights for the inside of the rim.
Okay.
And I mean, the machine will tell you,
Yeah, it'll tell you how much.
and then where to put it.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I
a
mean-
typical tire balancer setup. deal.
I mean, what was it? The same day we had some on the opposite, so the inner side of the drop center. And if you guys don't know, that's the lip of the rim where the it's
the edge of the tire has to sit
Yes.
below it so it can actually get
Yes,
into
where
the
the
rim.
bead- or the bead
Like when
sits.
you're putting a tire on a rim, it has to go beyond a certain point. Yeah, it has to go beyond a certain point. It's called the drop center, and that's what catches the edge of the tire. And then you can put it on the rest of the way. It's like grabbing it from a circle edge, like thinking of grabbing a slice of pizza and then eating only in like a clockwise direction. And that's how you put the tire on. It's like putting it down and around.
So it's just the different, like where the rim drops
Yeah,
off
where the rim-
from
right.
the bead.
Yeah.
So it'll generally put you. It might put you. So we had some on the like inside, farther away from the drop center, and then we had some right on the drop center on the outside. So it kind of depends, but we don't generally use the bags of
The
these.
balance beads or
Yeah, we
whatever.
don't. That shit's junk. I hate that. Because when
I
I
like
take
it.
that tire off,
yeah,
it
I would-
immediately makes a fucking mess.
That's whatever.
And
Maybe your opinion will change as you do it more.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
fuck. Because you'll lube that tire up,
Yeah.
and then you pop it off, and now all of those balancing beads have lube all over them,
All
and they're
lubed up?
fucking. You try and like put your foot, like you put the rim down. And
When
try
do
and-
you put them on?
Huh?
I put it on right before, if I'm doing a tire, I do it right before I do the last lip. When do you put them on? Like the beads? Because I
We
like.
don't put. We use the actual fucking the weights.
Oh, yeah, that's
No
right.
way.
That's right. Never mind.
We don't-
I
we don't
think you'll
fucking
change.
put-
Yeah, I think you'll change your mind.
But
We'll see. I don't know.
well, it just sucks when you're taking tires off and then remounting the tire
Nah, fuck
when
it.
somebody's put them in.
It's nature of the
Because
beast.
when you put the rim down, it immediately creates a super slick surface, and you go to put the just drop the tire onto the fucking rim, and the rim immediately just and then slides away from you. You're like,
Put a piece of cardboard down.
we have rubber mats.
Oh, rubber. Yeah. that's
But
right.
even on the rubber mat, it flies away. Because it's like a billion fucking beads all over the place.
Lube up rubber, what happens?
I haven't done it in a while. I'm talking all this shit.
But so I mean,
well,
that's so going. That's what. I'm sorry, I smacked the fuck out of you.
get the fuck out of the shop. You don't know what you're talking
But
about.
I've seen bags of that shit in there, and then there's
Yep.
like a plastic. They like put it in a plastic like shopping bag and tossed it in there, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's kind of funny. Who knows what people do
And
out there? Who knows what's going down the
Chewy
road?
just had to deal with one today. They couldn't get a tire to balance. It said it was 13 ounces off, and they couldn't get it to fucking balance.
The rim was bent.
No, he
No.
literally they cleaned out the fucking balancing beads out of because they dismounted the tire, and there's just a fuck ton of balancing beads in there. Scooped that shit out, and it was 3 ounces off. Yeah, it was just like, oh, this
All
shit's
right,
garbage.
that's a lot. No, it's not a lot for a truck tire. That's whatever.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight. Yeah, dude, that lead strip would be like this thick. All right. We got some tools. We took some training. We learned how to do some shit. We've had
Did
a
some
shit.
road calls.
Yeah, did some road. We had some shitty jobs already. Fucking I bet you work with some assholes. Not just Chewy. Not just
Fuck
Chewy.
that guy. Fuck that guy.
No, we're joking.
I mean, it depends.
Yeah, how's the shop? How's the general atmosphere beyond? Like, what's that world? What's the meta? Like, is it kind of always dirty, grimy?
It's gotta be decent, having like a familiar face training you.
That
know?
does
Yes.
help.
It
Yeah,
gives
for
you
sure.
a level
So-
of comfortability. So if you fuck up, he can make fun of you like relentlessly, and then you like don't feel as bad about it.
So Chewy being a trainer, and then we have another trainer named Bobby. Well, it's not his real name, but everybody calls him Bobby. But they're both very good at their job, and they're both very good at training, and they're both like they're not going to sit there and be like, "Hey, motherfucker, you fucked that guy." No, they'll be like, "Hey, do you see what you did wrong? Now let's unfuck it and do it the right way."
Yeah, that's pretty
They're both
important. Yeah,
very,
that's pretty
very
important.
good at what they do.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chad will be like, "Hey, you dipshit, you did this wrong."
Well, yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, that's
that's a
Chad.
given.
And he's,
Yeah.
we've been buddies
Hey,
a
let
long
me show
time.
you something.
Yeah. Hey man, let me show you. Let me learn you a thing or two. Then we have our master tech, Chance, and he's a pretty cool guy.
You're a rapper.
Yeah. He's a pretty cool. He is very strictly like by the book. Like I'm.
Fuck.
He's pretty cool though. Like
Is
you
he-
can
yeah,
fuck
is
with
he
him. He's
alright?
pretty cool, but if you don't do shit
How's
the
his
right way,
personality?
you're probably gonna get in trouble.
Really?
Yeah. And I get
fuck.
that.
I don't know if I fuck with like. It's cool to have a guy really go by the book because it's like
There's always that one, you know?
Yeah, I think it feels like a little teacher's petish, right?
Well, it's
and I'm not even trying to shit on anybody who does it because they probably keep me in check,
I
right?
think it levels it out, though. 'Cause you have the guys that know how to do this shit, know how to do it right, and sometimes they cut a little bit of corners to get it done quicker, still right. But then you got the guy that's by the book that's like, no, you got to do this and torque it 45
Yeah, right.
So,
Like,
yeah,
dude, okay, I missed my torque rating by like 5 foot-pounds on a huge bolt.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I don't know.
He's not that bad.
Not
from
like
what I've
anal, like
seen.
super specific.
No, he's pretty cool about it. And he'd be like, "Hey, you done this yet?" No. All right, let me show you. He's pretty cool about it. From what I've seen, honestly, I've only worked with him like for like 5
handful of
minutes
times.
twice.
Okay, a handful of times.
So I mean, this whole week I'm supposed to be working with
All
him.
right, well,
so.
let's see what opinion builds of, and that's just in general because like, and anybody who's been in a shop, we could probably relate to like a guy who's on your ass, like, and it's not just with like the little stuff. He's just there to hound you or whatever, and that
Yeah.
like. So if the guy keeps you in check and he does it I think it's pretty good. I like Chewy. I've worked with him. The guy can get some shit done. So I think I just follow his lead. He won't let you fucking die.
Right.
He'll, hopefully I've yelled at him enough to be like, put a jack stand or something. He'll yell at you to put a jack stand on now.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
There's been one instance.
don't fucking work with that guy.
So
Never worked with him.
and
I want to work on him, though.
is a cry for help. Blink twice if you need help.
So we've had one instance, and I was just dismounting a tire. First dismounting, he's like,
Was that before or after you dismounted Chewy? The low-hanging fruit there.
There we go.
he was like,
Take it when you can.
so took the valve core out, and he's like, just stand on the tire. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna stand on this 100 psi tire.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
And it's normal. It's like every
And he was
day.
like, he got a little shitty, and he was like, dude, just fucking do it. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. And I got shitty back. And then afterwards, he's like, I wasn't trying to be shitty. He's like, I'm not going to tell you to do something that's going to get you hurt.
That's good.
He's like,
that's a good.
He's
that's
like,
a good
it will not hurt you. All the air is coming out already. It's literally just, you literally walk on the edge.
Now you pray to stand on the tire because it blows fucking cool air at you for 2
So
seconds.
nice. I was doing it all day. So
You're like,
that's
this
like
guy
an instance.
fucking
He was
sucks.
like, I'm not yelling at you and telling you to do something bad. He's like, literally, once all that air comes out, and you can literally just step around the edge of the rim and just boom.
Pop, and then the beat.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, man.
And now that's all I do. Dance on the edge of the rim.
Yeah, I'm glad. It
So-
sounds like the shop isn't a total shit box, and it seems like people care.
Is
so.
there guys that are full of piss and vinegar?
Oh,
Absolutely.
probably.
There's a few that just
Yeah,
just
dude. Like,
You're veterans, you're old guys.
Yeah. Or it doesn't even have to be old. It's just the kids who know everything now, right? Like
think they know
They
everything.
think no, they know. Let them know. Let them know you, because they'll fucking. Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm just getting frustrated because like you just deal with these. It could just be anybody, any person, any age, any whatever. They just gotta one up you or know it more or whatever they do.
And that's in any profession, I think, though.
What's it?
But a lot of in ours.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I guess we're gonna take. Yeah, I'm just gonna call break. We're gonna take a quick second, guys. Gotta get some
We'll be right back.
adjustments. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be right back.
So I mean, it was so right now, just finishing road calls there. That first road call. So I mean, it was cool. I mean, obviously, going back into talk, Trad being my trainer for that, he was effectively immediately was just, this is going to be dangerous. Just be careful of what we're doing because nobody's going to give a shit.
Yeah, right.
Nobody gives a shit.
No,
and
just get your job done, right?
And when we got there, we had to set up a bunch of fucking cones, and we have these puck things that are like little LED strobes
Okay.
that strobe orange, and we put them beside every single cone.
Okay.
So people would be like, hey, like, the service truck also has its own strobes, but we put these
Oh,
strobes.
you're talking about this is you on a road call?
Yeah, on the road
Okay,
call.
okay,
Yeah,
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 right.
yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking in the shop.
No.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that
okay.
way, and then we put a big ass sign that said emergency
Yeah.
truck.
Or there's
repair.
like, you should, yeah, and then the flat
Yeah,
hazard.
so yeah, just finishing up on the road call. I mean, so like I said, it was very dangerous, and Chad immediately was just, hey, this is a dangerous job. This is going to be very dangerous. You're going to be right next to the interstate. So
Yeah.
be careful. So
Yeah.
and we put cones out. I think they're like 10 feet apart, something like that, and then we put these little LED pucks that strobe right
Yeah,
next
a little
to us.
hazard.
And then we have to put a big sign up that says emergency truck repair. And then the truck itself has strobes. So
Yeah.
luckily we have that.
Yeah, it's still dangerous, man. It's still kind of like crummy.
Because
shitty
if somebody's
kinda
not
job.
fucking paying attention, they could take the
Yeah.
fucking truck
over.
and it's just, turns into a mess. You're taking a 80,000-pound missile, putting it into another 80,000-pound missile. You know,
dude.
it's not fun. But so that was the first road call, and then this we just did one a couple days ago. Last week,
Another road call.
Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday. And I mean, road calls could be anything, literally anything. My truck won't start. Okay. Or this one was the crank handle on the trailer to raise the landing gear up and down. It must have been seized, and when they turned it, they snapped the shaft from the crank handle to the actual gears, so they couldn't lift it.
So people, the trailers at the rear from where the wheels are, the front, they got two big legs or dolly legs or whatever, right? Jack post legs, whatever. The point is those can raise independently. So one side might go up or one side might go down. The point is you can clock and adjust them, but they should both come up and down at the same time. There's a bar that connects the things in between and make sure they do that. It goes up and down at the same time, like an elevator cord. But when it breaks and you can't jack up one side or the other side,
Yep.
right?
So we got a call, and we had to go out there, and they'd snapped that. So we had to crank the actual bar that goes in between both legs by hand, well, with a pipe wrench at first.
Yeah.
And we lowered it enough to where they could actually lock the
fifth
pin
wheel,
into the fifth wheel.
Yeah, because the guy's got to get going down the road.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't, he just goes put these legs up or
Yep.
whatever.
And
like,
then as soon as he locked on,
don't fix it. I just need to go.
Yep. Well, and we don't carry. We would have fixed it, but we don't carry the parts. To do it, so we weren't able to actually fix it.
Some
So-
guys, I'm not surprised. Some guys would otherwise be like,
Yeah. So we ended up, after he hooked up, we ended up spinning this bar. It's pretty much just a rod at this point.
yeah, it's just
So we literally just had to sit there and crank it by hand until the landing gear all the way up. And then afterwards, it's just like, hey, we're advising you now. You're not putting that down. It's wherever you get to where you're going and get unloaded, you need to take this to a shop to get it fixed because we can't. Nobody's going to be able to put it down unless you do it by hand. So, I mean, that was, just go do that real quick and then come back. So, I mean, it's just it could be road calls can be anything. Really? And honestly, you never know what you're going to...
Oh, yeah. Light.
Change oil on the side of the road.
Yeah. Now I'm not a
6
farmer
filters.
anymore. We're not looking for a farmer now.
Yeah, no. Generally, they'll limp it in to get an oil change somewhere. But, yeah, no, I mean, there's just crazy stuff that happens. I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
So,
man.
I mean...
So that's it. Well, you're getting the first taste of the shop life.
Yeah.
Do you like this?
Yeah, I was.
Do you like
Are you
this?
ready for the setup?
yeah.
Do you
Fucking balls deep.
Yeah,
Love
all the way into it.
Yes.
We're
For
going
now,
in.
yes. There's parts that I'm just like heat. Like, we have small shop fans. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, they're not quite, they're not squirrel cages, but they're like just the big round fans that you sit on the floor.
Hot in the shop, man.
I'm just like, why don't you put like some of those big ass fans, AZZ, or no, it's ass. It's literally big ass fans.
Yeah, big ass.
At
man,
least
yeah.
something to circulate the air.
It's just doors got to be open. Shit's in and out all the time, especially where he works, dude. It's kind of hard to. Like, I could see tuning shops, professional shops, maybe dealerships even, right? Because then they have one big bay door, and then they all just spread out from there. So it's like, get in, get out, close the fucking door. It's air conditioned.
Yeah.
But like,
This is just
truck world, I don't know, man.
You'll
it's
have-
like, it's just it comes with the job, I'd say.
say if you have all the doors open and nobody has a trailer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 trucks without trailers if in the whole shop, if you pulled everything in. So, I mean, we've had instances where we had a guy in the middle, we had a trailer backed into one side, another trailer backed into another side, and the guys are just working just in one fucking lane. And
Yep. Shit's in every other
those
bay
and those are the lanes that don't have the pits. We have 2 pits, so
for oils.
yeah. I mean, you can work on stuff in the pit lane,
It's just
but
a little. You can't do.
you can't get underneath.
Yeah,
I mean, you
right.
can get underneath of it, but it's going to be a pain in the
I
ass.
fucking hate pits, dude. I
Are
really
those
can't
like
stand.
technically illegal, the pits?
No.
You sure?
An oil pit? No.
No. They're not illegal.
It has to be like
fucking hate
you have to
pits.
have specific like drain offs and
Those those Take 5 oil change places.
Yeah.
This is not a plug. Those Take 5 oil change places. Their whole thing is that they have pits.
Yeah, it's
And
meant
I
to be Jiffy Lube.
because they're faster. You know,
Jiffy Lube, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to
Valvoline,
jack the car up. They just get
Right.
right up underneath it.
Yeah.
I thought that those were illegal because they're like not safe. But
No, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah. And in the truck world, it's common for. I'm just not a big fan of pits. I'd almost always rather just have a bucket or whatever, like a big thing.
Yeah.
And it's just a pit. You kind of get. It's the thing. You just get in some places okay, and then other times it's just more of a bother if I could just lean there and do whatever I'm doing instead of fucking. Now I have to reach a big guy like
Yeah,
big guy like you or Chewy would be like this fucking.
Oh yeah, no,
sucks.
I'm hunkered
Like,
down going underneath.
Right,
It's-
like so.
And
It's
there's
just
always a layer
my whole
of oil
pit
and
thing.
grease
Yeah,
and-
my whole pit, and I'm a smaller-ish dude, but like still, I'm like I'd rather just be on the ground personally.
Yeah.
Jack the shit up because now you can't even. It's a pit. Now you can't jack up a truck. Like it's one more spot you can't. I feel like you can't work. So
Yeah, to answer, yes, I do. I do like it. I do like doing it. It's
Give it
an
some
issue.
time.
I was about to say, how quickly will he change?
I mean,
We're gonna revisit this
Next time.
Yeah, next time. I hate this shit.
I'm like dragging ass. Just, I fucking hate this. No,
Yeah.
it's fun. I mean, it's never the same thing. You know?
No, right? Yeah, usually every day's different.
And it's like
Yeah.
even today,
Yeah, you work today.
Yeah.
Today. And
Yeah, just before this, I was at work. Me and another guy did a set of 4 on one trailer and a set of 4 on the next trailer, and then I looked at the time and it was 1:30. It was like 1 o'clock, almost 1:30. I'm like,
Days
Jesus,
going by. Yeah.
it's already lunchtime.
do you think you could see yourself doing this in like 10 years?
Maybe.
Trucks, whatever.
No, not just like answer for him.
I mean, hey, you too.
No.
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
that the
do you,
hobby.
you think you would?
Maybe.
I don't know. Would you?
Would I be at that particular place in 10 years? I don't know.
It just yeah.
I mean,
It's way too early to say that, but
right.
I'm, just,
I mean, I don't.
I'm saying like in the profession in general. Like,
Maybe.
Do you think you want to, like, your
wrench on some
taste?
shit.
Yeah, your third week of whatever fucking off on trucks. Do you think that like
Yeah.
that like stuff like that is like something you want to do long term, like professionally? Like, is like from my perspective, like sure, it's something I want to do as like a fucking fuck around joke, fix shit,
Hobby shit,
hobby stuff.
yeah.
But like as a profession, I don't know if I have the motivation to want to go in and wrench all day, like for a job.
It's not bad.
That's
And
good.
we had one instance last week. Yeah, last week, beginning of the week, how the week started. We were putting a tire on. It should have been like a 10, 15, 20-minute job.
Never is.
It was one
Yeah,
tire. One tire. And it was supposed to be my first job alone.
Okay.
And then one of the other trainers was like, hey, no, a bunch of you guys try and go help him do that. Like, okay. One guy, the guy who's actually helping me today, we were fucking schmooving through it. We got the tire off, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Fucking got the new tire on. We're, boom, doing this, doing that. And then another kid who, we'll just call him B at this point. Just
a kid in the shop.
Kid B. He's not very. He's got that kid mentality where he doesn't pay attention. He likes to rush.
Oh, because he just wants to get it done, kind of. Yeah.
He skips
Calm
stuff. Yeah.
the fuck
He skips
down.
stuff that should be done,
Yeah.
and it's just like, God damn it, B, would you please?
I'm guessing this became a problem.
It did. It did. He came over.
Become a problem.
Yeah.
He came over and was trying to
Low-hanging
help.
fruit.
They took my tire that I'd mounted and filled the air up and put a new valve in, and boom, they wouldn't go mount the thing. Well, the first guy that was helping me started threading on lugs, and he didn't get them very far on. And the day before, I had talked to Chad about this. He's like, "Hey man, you only got to thread it on like 4 threads and
Just make sure
send
you
it."
go. Yeah. Make sure you
And
get
I'm
it
like,
on.
nah, man, I want to make sure that motherfucker is on there, like at least halfway through the nut.
Whatever, just to make sure you get it right.
Because I don't want
Yeah.
to cross thread anything. And
Yeah. You put on a
Next-
nut the wrong way, dude. It's
next day, this kid gets the impact and he'd only threaded it on a couple threads. Immediately starts sending the first one. You immediately hear that gun just start ugga-dugga
Like
harder
hard,
than it needs
yeah.
to be. And it's resistance because it's not going on correctly.
You know,
And we were like, stop. He's like, no, it's fine. It'll be fine. And then kept
just
going. Ruined the stud.
Oh no.
Ruined that lug. We have lug nuts. That's no problem. The truck we're working on, we do not carry those studs. So we have to order them now.
Go
The closest place was an hour and 45 minutes away.
Damn, that sucks for that guy.
So now this 20-minute job just turned into 2.5 hours. Because now we have to wait for our parts person to go get it.
A kid wanting to rush or get it done.
Is that kid there because of nepotism?
I don't know.
Why are you
Kid
here?
B is just, he's just, it's fine, it'll fix. No. And we tried everything we could to, like,
that's what I'm saying.
salvage the
Sometimes
situation.
I feel like you could save it. You pull it off and take the grinder. I'll take the last.
We were
2
trying
or
to
3.
pick the threads.
Yeah,
and fold
no,
them.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you just hit it with a grinder, and, like, sometimes you get it lucky and take the last. But, I mean, it's a
No,
little,
those-
it's cheese ball. It's
they
cheese dick as
fucking-
fuck
it
to,
was
like,
just-
especially if it's a newer truck. You said it was a what, 20?
It's an OSHA
It was
violation.
a 22, I think. A 22 Freightliner.
20, call it 20, whatever. Yeah, like,
So relatively
it's
new.
new. I'm like,
And this
it's
guy
fucking
was
cheese balled it.
immediately mad. Immediately mad. He's
The customer, you
because I walked out,
yeah, the
I
client,
immediately
customer.
went in, or I immediately went over to Chad and the other trainer. I'm like, so we have a problem. Look, the stud's fucked, and they're both like, fuck, god damn it, and they both come over and look at it. Nope, that's fucked. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to the manager.
Yeah.
Ran in. I'm like, hey, we have
Gotta
a
talk to
problem.
the customer. Yeah, man, you gotta go talk to your customer. You gotta talk to people. That's
them.
why the hardest thing is just dealing with other people's bullshit because of nepotism. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is, but and then having to just go talk to it's so hard to do. You have to be like, oh, we fucked up. Like,
Yep. So and now it doesn't now you're not just a mechanic. You're now customer service as well on the end. And
That's
it
weird.
and you know I go to my manager and I'm just like, hey, this happened, and she's like, shit. I'm like, I'm gonna go tell the driver. She's like, okay,
somebody's gotta go tell
go
him.
talk to him. And he was standing out by his truck, and he's like, why is there so many people standing around? I was like, hey man, I got bad news. Your stud's fucked. Somebody wasn't paying attention, and we fucked your stud. And he was just, oh god damn it, I can't be waiting around. And I think he was Russian. Because he had that very,
Irrelevant.
very,
A lot of those.
and he comes, he's like,
pick up
Chuck World.
package.
he's
Truck
like,
world.
show me the stud. Show me the stud. And I'm like, okay, come on, man, I'll show you. And we're looking at it, and he's like, man, I can't be waiting around for this. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm like, he's like, how long will it take to fix this? And you know, I'm like, I'll tell you what, man. How about we go talk to my service advisor, and we go talk to my manager, and we'll get you an rough idea how long it's gonna take, and just that way we can get you an idea. And he's just, all right, man, let's go talk to him. I walked him up front, and I was like, hey, we got to order some studs. Can we get these ordered? And she's like, yeah, let me call around. We called around, found some.
yeah, but hours away.
The driver was actually already up there, like in that area.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
convenient.
yeah, so it was very convenient. She was on her way back.
So you can buy a fucking
But it was still going to be at least
a mouse chase
almost
looking
2
for
hours
parts or
before she
whatever.
got there.
That's
So,
crazy.
I mean-
Well, you're gonna deal with a million of those
Yeah.
stories, dude. Like, so that's just like you got it. You're getting a road call. You're in the shop.
Yep.
You're dealing with having to fix other people's fuck ups already. How crazy!
So it's just it turned into it's like, you know, I was very upfront with him, and I'm just like, hey man, I apologize, this happened, you know,
Yeah.
I don't, you know, this is our fault.
It's good you took care of it.
Yeah,
right?
and he's like, am I going to pay for this? I'm like, no, this is on us. We have to replace it. It's totally on our dime. You're not paying a cent to.
How long until you got the studs? Probably 3 hours or something. Did you?
No,
guys,
it was just shy of 2 hours before we got it. And
Nah,
we
it's
finished,
still-
we
should've
finished
been
it up
done.
in the timeline we said we were going to
That's
finish it up.
crazy. How long it
So,
took.
and you know, the entire time he was super cool with it. I'm like, hey man, you know, it's on us. We're gonna fix it. Don't worry about it. And then they got there, and he was just sitting there, and I was like, hey man, does anybody talk to you when we got him and the parts came in? He's like, no, nobody said anything. I'm like, hey man, the parts just got in. We're working on it right now. Should be like another 20 minutes. He's like, oh sweet, okay.
It's very good of you to
Yeah.
like the communication.
Yeah,
that's super
and-
important too.
It's
And
their
if-
livelihood, you know. They're making money
Oh, for
by
sure.
that. And
Right.
if that's down, hey, guess what? Now they don't make
Yeah,
money.
this is people's equipment. People who need their cars to get to work. People
Yeah.
need these. You know, you put their life in your hands, kind of thing, or
Yeah,
your
pretty
life
much.
isn't. Yeah, and like take care of them, and hopefully they'll take care of you. Some customers, like I said, can be rude or
Yeah,
unruly,
I mean, we'll
but
have that.
But yeah, man, you're gonna probably experience a lot of that. I know I have, but. Yeah, so dude, keep us informed, keep us updated as it goes along in your journey. Well, I'd like to know at least. I'm gonna be curious. I'm gonna be like, what asshole did you run into today,
You know,
or whatever.
and that's-
So,
and then
I mean, yeah, dude, just keep bringing them along. And,
hey,
yeah,
and I kind of, you know, after all was said and done, you know, after we wrapped everything up, guy was just like, hey, you know, I appreciate you being upfront with me
Yeah,
and letting
for
me
sure.
know what was going on. I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you.
No.
We fucked it up. I'm not gonna send you down the
Yeah.
road like that.
Some shops would, or some
The
shops
problem
wouldn't
is
care.
that people in those positions, like in your position in that situation, like people that have been there longer, they're like more like likely to fudge it. You know, I feel like they're like fuck yeah, this happened, whatever it is, what it is, blah 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 blah. And they're not going to be like direct, but like you being new and like young blood, fresh blood or whatever, and like not knowing whatever, the human decency comes through from you, and you're like, hey,
To do that in the beginning.
right,
Yeah, to like.
you get there longer, it's not going to be harder, but it might be a little bit harder, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of, because you're going to get that asshole.
Or it's just going to be even more natural, right?
Yeah.
So you can deal with that asshole.
Right.
So like.
You know, and it's just, and it was kind of cool. You know, he immediately, as I told him, hey, let's go do all this, he simmered down.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he was super chill about it. And he's like, hey, and I think he tipped us like $60. He's like, all you
There
guys
you
that
go.
actually fixed this at the end, he's like, thank you guys.
To the kid who fucked it up.
Yeah, no, we didn't even tell that kid, but but
You're fine.
but
Right.
but he was super chill about it, and he was like, you know, I appreciate you guys doing your job correctly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I like about it. Like the most part, it's like, yeah, you're
Keep doing that.
yeah. Like I'm gonna do my job. Like I'm not gonna fuck around and beat around the bush. No, I'm gonna do my job.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to beat the bush.
Well, if you like talking to customers more, you could always do service writing roles or any of
Right.
that. Dealerships, I mean, I know a lot of service writers, if you're good at sales and selling, or not like that, or at least like helping in the maintenance world, that's like, it's a really good option. I know people make a good living doing that.
Oh
so.
yeah.
So it might even, something like that. And you could be like, when you walk to the mechanic, be like, no, look. And then you're like, see, that's what, and then now you got to go talk to your customer. Like you still sometimes, some long old age mechanics become the service advisor at the end. And then when you're like, I don't know what to tell and they're like, no, I've had a service advisor being like, hey, idiot. Like,
He turns the bowl and he's like, no, this is how you actually do it. And you're like,
I'm like, oh, okay, well, I learned something that day, So you never know what roles you might
Right.
take, man.
But we'll like you said, I'll definitely have more stories about it, and we'll talk about it in upcoming episodes. And
I'm excited to see
Yeah.
all the shit you experience.
oh, it's gonna be a lot.
Literally,
Hypothetically, probably.
yeah.
I want to fix this car, but it fucking stinks like soda.
Dude, yeah, you're gonna have to fix my truck, dude. Oh my gosh, today, guys, I was fixing the house. This is kind of a little two-parter, but yeah, you're gonna end up having to fix my shit. I'm gonna have to roll in because my battery died in the truck today, and it was because I ended up working like a little bit over 2.5 days or whatever, 2.5 days, and I just had the radio on and I was charging my phone or whatever, just had it blaring, and I never turned the truck on. So I went to start it today, click. Like, they didn't even click, it just went no. Like, it started flashing at me. So anyways, yeah, to charge the battery, and then got the house done. So, like, yeah, I think you came home the one day, that's why, like, you've been working late, man.
Dude.
Yeah, you came home, and I
got
was
your
fixing.
ass, too.
I know.
I got
You did have a good one. I'm, like, super sweaty and tired. I'm fixing, like, the house. I got siding that I had to do and touch up and finish, guys. So we're going to talk to carpenters soon, actually. I got a couple guys that are carpenters and roofers, so. But, yeah, he comes home from work working on trucks.
I go into the house and get the mail key, and I go and get the mail real quick. And I come back, I was like, hey, man, you got a package. He's just sweating his ass off.
I'm like, what?
Oh, really?
Oh,
and I,
really?
like, open my passenger door and lean in and grab some shit. I'm like, boom, here it is. And I immediately flip him off. And he just stops and then starts dying. He's just, oh, my God, no fucking
I
way.
needed it. Like that feels like shop banter, especially
Dude,
like in the
it's so
middle,
good.
in the middle of fixing some shit or trying to get some shit done.
You took, like, a double take, too. You're just,
like, what the?
no. This is so
Like,
good.
yeah, on a ladder, hammer nails, whatever, cursing and screaming. Cause fuck siding, I hate it. I don't know. I like
It's terrible.
being outside. It just sucks. Like a road call, but not as dangerous.
Yeah.
You're on a ladder, I guess that could be dangerous, motherfuckers. People fall off ladders every day, so
Right.
yeah. Anyways, that was my stupid little. Yeah, I gotta make sure my battery takes a charge. I think it's gonna be fine. I've never like killed it before, but or at least on this truck. Yeah, I think it's a fresh battery. So the point is, I'll make sure I keep my eye on it and don't kill it again. Should probably drive the truck more often, but I haven't been towing much. And home repairs, yeah, that sucks. I still have to do the toilet valve in the other one.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like we
you're
got some
doing
other
that.
house stuff we'll
Yeah.
probably bring up in the next episode. But house repairs, I guess, never end. I don't know if did you?
I live in an apartment.
Yeah, I was like, but you still have to
so
like
I don't fix anything.
a lot of karate in the kitchen.
No,
You can't say in the garage because you don't have a garage, so. Yeah.
No home repairs.
no home repairs.
Oh, okay.
Some painting.
Some
That's about
painting.
it.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's better than patching, drywall. God, any home repair, I just don't like it as much as like the mechanic side. I think it just sucks that you got to do it when some shit like my roof's leaking. What the fuck? It happens. Something goofy comes up, or the toilet valve, or your faucet doesn't it starts dripping like a leaky faucet.
And then you just hear it.
Yeah. Tick 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 tick.
Oh God, that shit sucks.
Anyways, so I don't know what to say other than worth it or junk it, worth it. All right, first.
I'm gonna take this away.
Yeah, dude.
So, worth it or junk it. This time on Technically Broken, I'm gonna start off with specialty tools.
Dun, dun, dun. Air quotes, everybody who is not.
Air quotes. So, specialty tools. Are they a gimmick or are they worth it? Well, so my personal experience, since my limited experience, I've only had to use a couple of them, and I think that they can be extremely useful, but I think that they kind of suck because they're always an upcharge. They're always like a higher price point than the normal tool, right? One specific instance is O2 sensor sockets, right?
Okay.
So they make two kinds that I've come across. I don't know, you guys could correct me if you've ever seen more, but they have the short one, which is, if you can see, it's like the little one, which is like the short socket.
Okay.
Then they have the long one that has the huge cutout on the side.
Yep.
Fuck that one. That one is useless.
It bends
doesn't
and
do
rolls.
anything.
It
Doesn't do anything. If
Put a
that
wrench on it.
socket is like old and or that part is old and it's like been there forever and you need heat to get it open, that tool is gonna bend and warp and not do shit for you.
Yeah.
And you will be sweating for hours, dripping on everything.
Sounds like
and,
personal experience.
and it won't move.
Yeah, O2 socket.
You'll never move it.
Yeah.
So
that's entry level specialty tool, but that's where it begins, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I think all of us or some of us have replace an O2 sensor, and we see that socket.
Ugh.
And
this will be a great thing. No, fuck that thing. Use a normal fucking wrench.
Yeah,
you know,
put a wrench
use a
on
wrench.
you come to realize some shit's a gimmick.
Yeah,
But then other shit like a specialty tool because the manufacturer made a very specific nut. Or I don't even know.
So,
I'm thinking of all these specialty
follow that
tools.
back up,
It's like clutch pullers
the
or
other specialty tools
or axle pull.
that I think
tie
are
rod
very
tool.
useful.
Anything.
I also recently purchased a adjustable oil filter wrench. Not one of those bandy ones, whatever.
With
It's
the handle?
No,
The claw one.
It's like a metal bracket that opens and you adjust it and then you stick it on your 3/8.
Okay, yeah, I know.
And that one is a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Because it gets all of them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. It's non-discriminatory against oil filters. It'll just pop them all off, you know?
Yeah.
They have those other sockets that are like specifically sized for each whatever.
For each one cup.
They're like
cup
$8 a piece, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's so gimmicky.
That's gimmicky.
Like, why do they do
specialty
that?
too.
And I was like, this is a great idea. I thought all oil filters were that size.
No.
Wrong.
Well, I will say, just from walking through the Walmart aisle, the oil filter aisle, everything has condensed down, so they're using less and less sockets for that.
Yeah.
That's one but the specialty tool world in general, we're comparing this to regular screwdrivers, wrench sets. Why put a special nut there when you can just use a screw, right?
Yeah.
Why did you do this? Why did you put this stupid fitting that has a third-degree back spring angle quadruple spring release mechanism when you could have just put a hose clamp? I think there's a gimmick, but there is a limit. I don't know. I'm worth it because I like some stuff.
But they're always trying to solve problems that don't necessarily exist.
I agree. They're almost trying to prevent you from getting into whatever.
Yeah.
The manufacturer.
I can't do it. Part broke. Got to take it to the mechanic. You know, I don't know. I feel like a lot of those stuff, in my position at the entry level of specialty tools, I'm not going to be hopping on a Snap-on or Matco truck buying fucking $300 wrenches or whatever.
Yeah.
But and the parts that I have access to are from AutoZone or Advanced Auto or O'Reilly's or whatever.
Yeah.
And so those limits.
But even then, you can find the specialty. You'll find those sockets. You're gonna find that goofy shit. You're gonna find your tie rod tool end or whatever. Pitman arm pullers or whatever you need. Because I don't know.
I think certain specialty tools have their place and they're worth it. But I think the ones that O2 sensor one is a junk. Like,
Junk it.
why did you make it? You just made it to sell it, you know? And like, it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't.
It just breaks.
I guess it depends on the application, really.
Oh, for sure, everything does.
So,
Yeah.
like when we did slack adjusters for brakes, Chad
Square
had-
drive tool, the little square
the
drive.
square
right?
tool. Yeah, that thing, it helped.
No, it helps.
It really
Talk
helped.
about a gimmicky little fucking tool, though.
Well,
like,
the brake kits that you get from like Hobo Freight or whatever, the ones that you have to compress the pistons on the rear.
oh
the
yeah,
rear
and you have to
calipers.
spin them in.
You have to spin them in
while you.
like,
That's a Ford.
you
That's a
unlock
Ford.
it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I did not know that you needed that when I
Yeah.
first did my brakes. And
I mean, you don't. You could
That's
get
what I'm
away
saying.
with not using something like that.
That's what I'm talking about. So we're talking about it comes down like a manufacturing thing. Okay, looking at a slack adjuster, put a fucking nut on it. Why is it gotta have a stupid special square head? You know? And then not to mention they make that stupid tool, but then they make a socket that goes on your regular ratchet. Like just put a fucking nut on it, you know? Or what was it? I just forgot the other one we were just talking about. I had like some like okay, manufacturer, you're telling me it needs this thing when you could just you know what, we're not gonna have to make that hard. Let's just, you know.
Yeah.
Worth it for some stuff because I like it. It's cool, and I like to use that tool. Junk it because the manufacturer's trying to keep you out of stuff.
yeah, I agree.
I'm always have like a dual take on everything, but worth it. I hate that socket.
Yeah. So like that's too a unique perspective, right? Well, maybe not a unique perspective because it's a lot of people's perspectives. But like if that's the first specialty tool you encounter, you're not gonna want to put that money out for other shit. You know, you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
I
I'd be like,
trust
it's all-
that.
yeah. Do I even like? It's a gimmick, and then, but then, you know, there's sometimes that tool. Oh, it makes total sense in this situation. Like, you know, we think it's a joke that like one of those torque wrenches would be like, it's a novelty 20-foot torque wrench. Well, if you're out there on like a rail yard and you know you like need to torque some huge axle, it's gonna be important. So that specialty torque wrench that costs like $8,000, gonna probably need it.
It has an
And-
application.
Yeah, right.
We have a torque wrench that's very specific.
Yeah, I would imagine you guys as truck shop and all that. Yeah,
I've never seen that
They're
one
like
before.
you're
and
supposed to
it's
go to
interesting.
450, right? 450 or 600 or something.
So
It's like
we have ours.
like a rat coming through the set. Oh god.
So ours is set at 475 because you have that variant.
Yeah,
450
yeah.
to 500.
I was like 500 is my like.
It's like the max you can go, but generally rated 450.
Yeah.
475 is the leeway.
But the wrench.
Yeah. So ours is weird.
Huge.
Yeah, it's huge. And ours is weird. I've never seen one like that. Where when you actually get to where it needs to be, so some it'll click, and then some if you have the fancy one where it beeps.
Yeah, yeah, digital one.
Ours it has a brake open.
Does it moan?
Yeah.
When it gets, you're there.
It shakes a little. No, ours has a brake open. So as soon as you get to the actual,
Oh yeah, I think it's
and it
common.
bends
That's-
down.
Yeah, I
I've
think
never seen that before,
it's
and that's interesting. So the back of the wrench will just so you don't keep going.
Nice.
fuck tools, man.
What if that part breaks though?
Yeah, it's
Well, then you gotta
it's
get
got to
it.
get calibrated anyway, right?
Calibrate
So
these nuts.
So I think I'm half and half on that one. It's worth it in applications, but fuck those ones that it doesn't
Yeah,
make sense.
I guess back to it, like everything specialty has its place, right? Like if it's like properly engineered, not just made to be sold. I feel like a lot of the like, I don't want to say Chinese knockoffs, but like a lot of the like knockoffs or whatever, the cheaper parts, the cheaper tools, they're made to sell. They're not made to actually be used, right?
yeah, right.
Like
They're
they give you the guise of
Yeah.
like, this is going to solve
It's
all your
gonna be-
problems,
no.
but it's actually just going to create you more because now you have to go back to the store 7 more
you're
times.
rounding off
to
that
buy it.
nut.
Yeah,
You're rounding
exactly.
it off, and
The 24 karat gold icon ratchet.
dude, I got one.
I want one.
Best mechanic in the world. No, I have one.
Is its purpose
they're nice.
to do anything?
They're nice.
No,
It's
it's
just
just
a
to be a
ratchet.
ratchet.
Gold ratchet.
It's like the Hobo Freight that you can get the gold plated.
Oh, so it's not
24
actual gold.
karat.
It's gold plated.
It's 24 karat gold.
I
Yeah.
want it. I'm going to get one.
Who knows?
It's ridiculous.
I use it for spark plugs only.
Oh, get my spark plug ratchet.
So worth it or junk it?
Oh, well, probably worth it.
I think
That's worth it.
It's worth. I'm just.
You can't junk everything, you know?
Yeah,
it's worth it,
fucking,
probably.
it's junk.
This is just a junket segment.
Yeah,
Everything's trash.
Everything's trash.
So,
Yeah.
You got one, Caleb, right?
I do. I do, and I'm a wholeheartedly junket, but key fobs. Fucking key fobs. Why do they exist? Why can't we have a normal fucking key for an ignition? Why does everything have to have a key fob? Why? Like, I get the appeal and the use. Like, if the last car I had was a Jeep, I could just walk up to the door, grab the door handle, it unlocks. Get in, just press a button, and boom, I'm on my way. Now, if I'm just, for hypotheticals here, my wife gets out of the car and it was in her purse, and I tried to drive to the next store while she's in fucking Target or whatever. Guess what? My ass stops because, the key's too fucking far away. Yeah. And now I'm stuck in the middle of the fucking road like, guess what? You're fucked. Or if that key fob fucking fails for some reason, now I can't get in the car and drive away. Yeah. Like, what happened to being able to put a key in an ignition and just turning it on?
I think it's like an ease of access.
Yeah, convenience thing, right? I think it's people we got lazier. If everything's, for crying out loud, everything's automatic. Your lights, some cars you can't even switch them off from automatic lights. So the fob was doomed to be regulated to your pocket and not in the car.
Right. Now there is, with certain. So we'll go Chrysler, early Chrysler. Well, not early. So mid 2000s to just before 2020s, like Chrysler had a key fob that was a key-ish that would go into the ignition and still turn.
Yeah, it's like my truck.
Yeah. One?
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are weird.
They're interesting. It's like a Mercedes. It's like a Mercedes has them. They were plastic keys that you still were a key. I think that was the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you got keyless entry, and then you got the fob part that went into the ignition slot.
And then you had those wonky ones that you slid it into the fucking slot where your key goes, and then it worked.
Yeah, like an Aston Martin.
Yeah,
Aston Martin
fucking weird. And then
I
you have
like a key where you needs to be somewhere. I don't like the idea of a key in my pocket.
Yeah, that's weird. And then you have like Chad's truck, which is a Silverado mid 2010s. What, 2015?
It's Canadian.
It's Canadian.
18-ish?
Canadian.
18 around in that area. It has a fob, but it has a little button and your key pops out, and it still has a key for the ignition.
Yeah, the laser cut key, like a Volkswagen, And I kind of like that stuff. I don't like the laser cutting part. I guess it's like in the sense of.
Still has a key, I think, right?
I think in the essence, in the C, Chewie's behind the camera. He's gonna throw a key at us.
I was gonna say.
It has a key.
It still has a key. So
yeah, there we go. But there's a fob.
So and this is his other car.
Yeah,
it's a Volkswagen. Has the
laser cut key.
The little fucking the fucking switch page.
Do you have a fob on your car? No. I would say we could all just for people on the camera. But the point is, I like a fob like this, and I'm holding the Volkswagen key that's laser cut. But the point is, because it still has all your buttons. But you're forced to take it out of your pocket and still be a human and do something, not just be lazy and have it on an auto feature. Take accountability for turning your ignition on, getting in. You take control of the vehicle.
My fob for my Focus is it's got the buttons on it, but it's still a key.
It's still a key. Right. I like that, like this,
now,
right?
I'm okay with and sorry, Chad has a million keys, but you have your truck key, and then you have a key fob separate for everything else. Now, if this key fob dies and I can't get in the truck, well, guess what? Still got a key. Still get in. And I'm okay with... Okay, so my truck has a...
Keys down.
Keys down!
I'll keep this one up.
I just hit him with the keys. Sorry. My truck has the key fob, where it's the plastic key bit that goes in the ignition and turns it. Now, there's a little switch on it that you can... There's a little fucking slidey fucking thing.
That the key pops out of.
Yeah,
right?
that you can slide a key out and
a key sits in the back of the key fob.
But that's just for opening the door.
Yes.
In an
emergency, right? Yeah. You still have this key slot or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. So you can still get in.
Even a dead fob, I heard you can just it tells you to put it up to the ignition column or something, and it pretends it's still there. Even for the ones that don't have any of the, it's just the push start ones or whatever. So
what was it? The Jeep. If they couldn't read the fob, you used the fob to push the button, and the button would fucking read that the key fob was still there, and would recalibrate, and then you could turn it on. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't like the key fob. I have a Ford, and it just stays in my pocket, and I forget it, and the car starts dinging. I don't like that. Junk, the ones where you're completely detached from the driving experience and the ignition and all that, and like, whatever. Like,
Yeah, that's
I
like
need.
that tactileness of actually putting the key in the
Yeah,
ignition.
I like the idea of a key
But
still.
that's maybe like our age
And
thing.
I think we're showing
you get
our age.
you get the old cats where it's like you go to put it in the ignition, it won't go in. You're like, son of a fucking bitch. You have to jiggle it a little, and then it goes
Whoa.
in, and then it won't turn the ignition. Like, come on.
I still remember having two keys, one for the door, one for the ignition.
Yep.
My Monte Carlo was like that, and my dad had,
Janet, I think, was like that too.
Janet, one of my trucks was like that. So like, yeah, you drive like an 80s or older, whatever. I would say pre-90s, and I bet did your Ford have, or Lincoln, right?
My Mercury had a
Oh my gosh, sorry, I went through all the Ford brands.
My Crown Vic has a key. I don't have a fob for that.
No, not the fob. I'm talking about the old car. They have two keys because it was an old 80s car.
Yeah, it had a
the
key
door
for the
key.
trunk and a key for the ignition.
Oh, okay, key for the trunk. Yeah, so like they changed all the other door cylinders
Yeah.
and not like or whatever the case was.
that's-
So yeah, we come from that world, man. Like, or
You know
at
what's
least I
weird?
remember that.
Like on my key set, I have the little key that pops out of the fob, but I actually have a solid actual Dodge key for the door.
Huh.
Like it's a legit.
I don't
Dodge.
remember. Really?
Yeah, I still have a. I have a.
Oh, I think mine does too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a regular fat Dodge Ram head key.
Because like when I got the truck, it didn't have the little key in the fob.
Yeah.
It did. Somebody had lost it when I bought it. So
Yeah, the way fobs are headed now, Tesla, it's a credit card, right? You have a credit card, your
Volvo uses an app.
an app, right? Like
Jesus Christ.
BMW probably doesn't. Mercedes probably does.
BMW.
Volvo uses, I think Mercedes.
Rivian's a credit card.
Volvo
Mercedes
and
or
Mercedes use
BMW?
your phone.
Yeah.
Like you download an app and,
And
then
then
it
it's
syncs
just-
with your car, and then that's
Junk it. I like. Give me a key. Go back to a
You
key.
can start
Junk
your
it.
car, like your auto start from your phone.
Yeah, dude. That's convenient and cool, but I don't know. Some part of me wants to be. Man, I want to. Okay, I hate maybe right
I
now.
want to feel that fucking just.
What if you
Yeah.
don't have Wi-Fi?
Fucking.
Yeah, what if you don't have? I don't mind. Right, I don't mind. Button remote start. I like a remote start if you got one. I like opening and closing my doors, but I like a key. I like something in the ignition. So junk it.
Yeah, junk. That shit
Junk it.
bothers me.
Junk it.
You know.
So. Yeah, let us. And then you guys chime in. What do you guys think?
What's like?
Like and subscribe.
What's the price of? Yeah. What's the price of getting a key cut? You think?
Oh Jesus!
A key cut? So before laser cut,
Yeah.
key cut, you could probably get one for like a couple dollars.
Yeah, like $20.
Now, yeah, I mean, not even probably. I got a new set of keys for my Caprice, and it was less than $10 for two.
Like a
for two keys.
normal ignition key
Yeah.
cut is
2 keys. It was like $8.
so super cheap.
A key
I
fob's
got-
like a few hundred.
I
Right?
got
Yeah, right, fobs,
3 key fobs. I think was 3, 2, 3.
Why when you replace the truck
2?
stuff?
Yeah, when I got 2 key fobs reprogrammed for my truck. It was just over $300
Jesus.
to get 2 key fobs and the keys cut.
Yeah, you got little
It was like
electronics
a
and
couple
batteries
$100
and the price thing. Right, I just want a key. A key's cheap, but a key can. I don't know how many people are stealing cars if it's not from a USB nowadays.
Yeah.
I bet you retrofit like our modern vehicles here with a key. People would not know. They'd be like, "What the hell is
Make them all
this?"
stick shift
I
again.
need my Android Auto to plug in and shut up. I just give me a key. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Junk it, dude.
Junk it. 100%.
Junk it on,
Junk it.
Junk it.
junk
Unanimous.
on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I got one more, boys.
Oh,
Glad-
what are we
okay,
doing?
bring it out, dude. Let us hear it.
All right. So there's this thing in the engineering world that I am not a part of called planned obsolescence. And so one big thing that everyone probably knows is the big one that is like had been published and like actually addressed was from Apple. So this thing to get you to buy a new phone, they would nerf the phones that were already out with software killers. Basically, every update with software
so
would
like
nerf.
a planned malware almost.
Yeah, it would slow your phone down. It would kill your battery faster. And they said over and over again, "Oh, we didn't do it." Well, somebody whistle blew or blew the whistle or blowed someone, and it came out that they were actually were. with every software update, they were nerfing your software, making your older phones
Yeah.
slower so they wouldn't run as well. So you have to buy a new one.
I feel like I heard about this for sure.
That is something that is like in my brain, it's like totally fucked. Like why like you stand behind your product, right? If your product is really good, you know, you're gonna want to. The problem is that when they make a product that good, they don't sell new products, right?
Right.
Because people want to buy that one, and it's
Right.
like this fucking thing works so good, I
Yeah.
don't need another one.
Right.
Right. So like for in that thread, I had an iPhone 4S, right, the tiny one, little guy.
Back in the day,
Little
yeah,
guy.
yeah, it was probably
I
still
had
around.
that thing for 6 years, and then I had the next phone I got after that, because that one got nerfed, was an iPhone 6S Plus when they made the big ones, the big boys, and I was like, hell yeah! And I had that phone for probably 5 years, 6 years.
Okay.
And like the thing is that with every update, the battery would be gone in like half a day.
Oh, it was just getting worse and worse.
And then they
worse.
came out, and Apple's like, oh, well, we're sorry. We actually were nerfing your phone, so we're going to replace all your batteries for free. So they had that big battery
Yeah, I
buyback or whatever,
remember.
where they
Okay,
replaced the batteries
yeah.
for free. And then my phone lasted another couple years. It did, because it's whatever. But like the whole thing behind planned obsolescence is like, they build shit to break, right?
Yeah.
They build it to be phased out so the new big and flashy
It's just
thing
cheap.
can come out.
Yeah, cheap, and
And
make sure to keep selling them shit, dude.
and that goes into like product ratings, you know? Like, so like we have our keyboards and our mice or whatever, and those buttons are rated for like 6 million clicks or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And like that's always been interesting to me. But like the whole plan of like, this is only rated for 6 million clicks. You go 6 million and one, that shit's gonna
It's gonna explode.
blow up on you.
Well, you gotta know the limits.
But like, I don't know. I think the planned obsolescence is trash. I think that when you build something like that, I guess I get it from a corporate perspective. Like, you're gonna want to make sales.
But it's
like,
scummy.
It's scummy because like you're
bad.
putting something
Yeah.
out there knowing that eventually you're gonna replace it with something different.
I don't know. The idea is crazy. To
Like,
kill off your
The whole
product,
Zune
or
thing
not-
from Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
Zune was built as like, this is another corporate thing. Zune was built as a competitor to the iPod.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was amazing. And it was.
Careful, you sugared somebody.
Oh, sorry. I never had
I
one.
like
I know my
that.
brother
I never
had
had
one.
yeah,
It was
you were,
awesome.
yeah, it was cool. I
But
like
it was
playing
great
with the
because you
Zune.
could mod a Zune and you could do all this crazy shit with a Zune that you couldn't do with an iPod
Had
at
a
the
cool
time.
screen. You could watch.
You had like way more customization, or
Yeah.
whatever. Well, they basically gave up, from what I recall. They gave up the competition to the iPod because they're like, well, we're not going to win this. So basically, single Zune that's out there was bricked. You can't use them anymore. Unless you like download some like hackware or whatever.
And then, like,
to, get it
really?
to be just an MP3 player, because the Zune marketplace, whatever, shut down everything. They're just like paperweights now.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
So, like,
that. Are you sure?
so-
I feel like you can. I feel like it's easy
You
now.
can mod it.
Yeah,
right,
I really.
but like the original experience does not exist anymore.
Wow.
And so like that was in the plans by Microsoft or whoever first developed the Zune. Like, if we don't win, it's out. They never came out.
Scorched earth, kill it. What?
They never came out with a new version. They never decided to keep going. They just
Zune,
cut it
I
off.
feel like was gonna win.
It was. They were doing so
gonna
well.
Win.
I don't know. I don't know the number. I feel it was cool, but was it Apple Touch cool? You know, Apple
also,
started
to
developing.
But also, what happened to MP3 players? Phones.
This is phones. It
Phones.
became a phone.
I had this shitty RCA. Fucking
Little MP3 player?
Then my dog like chewed half of it, and half the screen you couldn't see. And like, it still
jammed.
worked. It still worked. And I was like,
jammed
all the time, dude. I didn't listen to that kind of music. But whatever. It was pretty sick. But like, I think like on the whole, Preparation H is cool. No, on the whole, I think
Some
the
chocolate ass cream.
planned obsolescence is like, it's scummy.
It's scum.
That's the only word that I can come. It's like it's
I'm
junky.
pretty sure I've
It's
even,
junk,
and it's not
yeah.
even Apple that does it.
No, it's everybody.
And I feel like I've
Everybody.
experienced it with even Android.
Yeah,
Android
for
does
sure.
it too, because your battery will just one day up and start, an big update will happen, and all of a sudden, my phone that could last 3 days lasts 14 hours. And
Yeah.
you just-
Well,
When I
stuff does get old and gets like harder.
Batteries die.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But when I stopped using my iPhone 6s, whatever, my last one, the battery would last for I want to say 4 hours before it was like 20%, and that's without touching it at all.
Just background stuff.
Whatever.
And I could never figure, like, I had an iPhone 4S,
Yeah.
and I could never figure out why the battery would die. I closed everything, reset it multiple times, and it just would not give up.
You know, even with all this though, I like nice new shit.
No, I do like nice new shit.
Oh,
and I think
absolutely.
it's placed that way strategically so that you look at the nice new shit and you're like, well, I could replace
like
it with this. And like, I'm a
I
fucking
need me a
sucker.
new Ryobi.
And I'm a fucker Ryobi. I'm just kidding. Ryobi,
I know,
but I don't
Ryobi,
actually.
you're okay.
So, yeah, like, I don't know, like planned obsolescence, like, I want new shit. I want new shit.
Right,
we
but-
want new shit. We all want new shit. But like, I don't want to have to get new shit.
Yeah,
You know? I want to want it. I don't want to have to get it.
Like, if it breaks, okay. I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get something
But
new.
if it works and it's working and it's doing its thing, like, let me replace the battery. Let the software still work or whatever. But no, they don't. Max, like,
with-
all of that stuff. It's
With
just,
everything getting connected to the internet, I don't.
And
with that, there's going to be
The
more of it.
tools
There's
are,
gonna be
for
more of
crying
it.
out loud, or impacts and fucking whatever, or nut drivers, they're all going to be connected to your phone now. I don't even know what how is that relevant to me? Give
Shame on
me,
you.
that's how I feel. It's probably a hot take because somebody out there is all for it.
Convenience.
Yeah, let me know what
Connectivity.
I want to know what my
Better
battery life
structure.
is on my phone through
Fucking
my Bluetooth.
grills, smokers, and shit
Or,
like that.
like-
So then you got to hook it to your Wi-Fi first so you can, oh, my fridge tells me how long my smoker's been going. Why the hell did I want to know that on my fridge? Your fridge needs
Be
an update.
responsible, right?
That's how. Just be human. Like go out of your way and be a little uncomfortable for 5 more seconds. Like putting the key in your ignition. Like checking the. Go pick up that tool and check the battery level. You're gonna go plan your garage fix while you're sitting at. Well, some people do. You know, I'm catching myself being like, yeah, obviously people use it, and it ain't gonna stop. I think I'm just gonna be an old man on a porch. This is fucking bullshit. Give me back my old. You know, I remember using an old skill saw that was fucking plugged into a cord, or cord plug in under the wall, and it was heavy, and that motherfucker would cut like 3 inches of fucking plywood. You know, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't need a fridge to tell me exactly what's in the fridge. Like the screen, I can. I'm okay with opening the fucking fridge and being like, "Yup, that's what's in there." Close it the fuck back up. Like, I bought the shit. I should know what's in the fridge.
And then the screen's gonna break or
Oh yeah, you
whatever.
break your fucking.
It's only rated for like 17,000 touches, and then you touch it 17,001. That screen's out, homie.
It's just shattered.
The driver was bad when they sent the update out, and now
The
your
software is
screen,
only rated for 37,000 restarts,
No.
and you fucking started
your fucking
37,001
computer on
times.
your fucking fridge is broken
Yeah.
now. The fucking instead of cooling,
Everything's
it's boiling
computerized. Everything's technologically connected to something.
Not a fan.
Connectivity is like I don't know. It's modern technology, and that's cool. I think it's like cool in theory, but I don't know.
They definitely don't make shit like they used to.
No, and
where
they
it was
make-
meant
they
to
make it
last
to
and they
break.
didn't care.
They make it to break, and then you see like old shit. Like I don't have any actual like specific examples, but like you look at older stuff, like how it was built, like older cars. You can still find like old 50s Chevy bodies or whatever that are in like pristine condition because they were built to last. They were like, well, we don't know what the next generation is going to be, at that, because it was such a new technology.
Right.
And they built tools back then. Like I have vice grips from probably the 1950s,
Just this old ancient pair of
this
fucking-
ancient pair of tools that like these were built to work to last.
yeah, last.
And now you buy them, they're like built to break.
It's like you got a set of wrenches from your grandpa that you put that wrench in there and you get a cheater pipe and you're sitting there
Yeah.
Yeah,
putting
it's-
150 pounds
Yeah.
down on that wrench and the cheater pipe breaks.
Yeah.
Not the wrench.
Yeah.
I tried to do that. with
A brand new wrench from Harbor Freight or fucking.
Pittsburgh's, and it fucking
It
it
just
just stripped
snaps.
it stripped out the thing, and then inside the metal melted or whatever. It didn't melt, but
I know, it
fucking,
just
like,
rolled it.
the wrench,
It rolled
trying
the
to turn
metal,
a small
yeah.
bolt, and you're just
It
damn it.
like cold rolled
metal
the
didn't melt.
But yeah, it's just they did. Yeah,
Dude, I was saying jet fuel.
It's just, I hate it.
Junk it.
Junk it.
I think
Junk it.
Junk it.
So we got one worth it and two junkets.
kinda
Yeah.
the tool one,
Quasi
special
worth it.
tool. Yeah. Yeah, we're not all negative. I
No.
fucking hate it.
Yeah,
This sucks.
equally non-prejudicial perspectives.
Yeah. Right on. I don't, when we're gonna have to revisit that planned ops. I feel like some stuff is, like, there's some good quality tool people, or not even just tools, just some people that, don't, build shit like that anymore,
Yeah.
so.
God damn it. Fucking all you tool fucking manufacturers that are built in the same goddamn plant. Yeah. You put fucking Snap-on, Matco, fucking Mac. Why do your tools gotta be so goddamn expensive?
Dude, they are very
It's the same
expensive.
fucking thing you built in the Pittsburgh's fucking
factory.
Why is it so good? Your brand is not that expensive.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
What he said.
That's a hot take. But I'm not jumping on that, man.
I'm not
I'm
either.
touching it till next time.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. Or
Thanks for showing up.
yeah, let's just close it off. Let's send her off. I'll start. Whatever, guys. Oh wait, do we have anything else to say? I'm out of here. I'm ready to go. It's
I don't
getting
have the closing is, again, thank you guys all for tuning in, the 4 of you that do. And we appreciate all of you. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars on Apple, Amazon, whatever you listen to us on, because I guess it helps. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the results yet because none of you have done it. Suck. Just kidding. We love you. But write a review. Say whatever you want. Say your grandma has titties. I don't care.
I mean,
do
let's
your
go
thing.
send pics.
Yeah,
We're here
whatever.
for it.
Picture doesn't have
feedback. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Give us suggestions for future shows. Whatever you want to get interviewed. You do something fucking technically broken.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. We are open line.
That being said, I'm Botar. My Instagram is at Botar B0TAR, and my graphic design shit is at Botar Designs. And you guys.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, Botar, and we'll take it to you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you for telling us how you got into this amateur to
Yeah, thanks,
professional.
Caleb.
Yeah, hey,
and it's good. I love to hear more insight and just like feedback in the, like I said, the repair world, and that's kind of why we started this. That's why we're doing it. So thank you to all of our listeners, our viewers, and anybody tuned in on any of the other socials. Really appreciate it. I am Whole Baked Cookie, or Mario if you guys want to get personal. But we'll see you guys in the next episode coming up. And with that, I'll throw it over to Caleb.
Anything you want to find me on, I'm pretty much on it. Twitter,
find you.
Facebook. Oh, you will.
Yeah.
Instagram. Heck, I stream sometimes. You want to find me on Twitch?
Yeah.
But it's Caleb _the hunted _, and you can, and heck, you might see these awesome individuals on there playing games with me, hanging out. So, but
Right on.
without further ado, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Technically Broken podcast. See you guys next
We're
time.
out of here.
Finger guns. Oh no! Cheat! Oh god!